Greetings, students. Beta class 8. We have discussed chapter 3 of civics, that is, why do we need a parliament? So, complete we completed the chapter. So, let us discuss some extra question answers, and it will be a kind of recapitulation also. So, the first question you have to write here. Underline this. So when did India become independent? So it was 15 August 1947. This is the first question. Okay, so India became independent on 15th of August 1947. I think done it. So let's move on to the next question. So EVM, electronic voting machine, full form of EVM, electronic voting machine. And when it was used for the first time? In the general election 2004. Hanji, EVM, electronic voting machine, and when it was used for the first time? In the general election 2004. But underline these side by side, otherwise you will find it a little bit difficult to do these questions later on. Okay, so next is, so these the people carrying EVM, these are shown here. Hanji, so let us move further. It's here. See, our this is our parliament. So parliament, it consists of Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, and the president. Parliament of India is the supreme lawmaking institution. So which is the supreme lawmaking institution of India? That is parliament. And how many houses are there in parliament? Two houses, upper house Rajya Sabha and the lower house Lok Sabha. Okay, then the next see, Rajya Sabha, it consists of, or it the total number of members in Rajya Sabha, that is 245 members, and it is chaired by Vice President of India. 245 members and presided over by Vice President of India. Then Lok Sabha, and or the House of People, that is lower house also. So there are 545 members. The total number of members is 545, and it is presided over by the Speaker. I think clear? This is clear to everyone? Hanji. So what does parliament consist of? So the parliament, it consists of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the President of India. I think when we were discussing, we discussed this question also. So see, Lok Sabha. So the elections to the Lok Sabha are generally held after every 5 years. So what is the tenure of Lok Sabha? That is 5 years. I think done. Hanji, clear? Hanji. Let's come on to the next page. Move with me. So some tables are given. So what is the about Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? We discussed that in Rajya Sabha there are 245 members, and out of these 245, 233 are elected and 12 are nominated by the President of India. And in Lok Sabha the total number of members 545. Out of these 543 are elected and 2 are nominated from the Anglo-Indian community by the Prime Minister of India. I think this is understood to everyone. Yeah, it's to select the national government. So here we are to discuss this number also. So you people can write Lok Sabha total number of members 543, 545, 543 elected and 2 nominated from Anglo-Indian community by the Prime Minister of India. I think this is done. Hanji. So next is Hanji. Then after, so who is elected as the uh, head of the parliament? So that is, or the who is elected as the prime minister? So that is the leader of the uh, largest party, or the party that scores more than half seats in Lok Sabha elections. So here the number is given with the 272 or more seats. And I think this is clear to everyone. So next, see this para, this line also underline. So Prime Minister of India is the leader of ruling party in the Lok Sabha. So just now we have discussed this. Leader of the ruling party in Lok Sabha is elected as the Prime Minister. And the tenure of Prime Minister, that also we discussed, that is 5 years. So elections to the Lok Sabha are held after every 5 years. Okay, so this is up to here. So let's move further. And one more, the work in the parliament, that starts with the question hour. So we discussed when we were discussing the question answers. So see, these two buildings of the central secretariat, the south block and north block, were built during the 1930s. The photo on the left is of the south block, which houses the Prime Minister's office, PMO, Prime Minister's office, PMO, Prime Minister's office. So it is in the south block. And the Ministry of Defense and the Ministry of External Affairs. So the north block, in north block we have Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Home Affairs. So two ministries in the north block. So these are photos are given here. Hanji, this we have discussed. So we're discussing this. Hanji. Then about Rajya Sabha, we discussed that 233 elected members and 12 nominated by the President of India. The next work of Parliament to control, guide and inform the government. So the opposition, here we discuss. Okay, so the opposition. So these 4 lines. So the opposition parties play a crucial role. How they highlight drawbacks in various policies and programs of the government, and criticize mobilize popular support for their own policies. So the political parties, they criticize the functioning of the government and try to popularize the policies and programs of their own party. Next, so this is here, MP, Member of Parliament. Please don't forget it. Some of the students, after telling so many times, even they write the wrong here. So MP, Member of Parliament. I think this is clear to all of you. So who are the people in the Parliament? So the people in the Parliament we discuss. See, the people of the regional parties also, then groups and the peoples that were independent candidates. So all the people who got elected in the Lok Sabha elections, they get a chance to go in the parliament. Then we discussed about the reserved seats. So the seats, see here. So it is here. See, up to here. So some seats in the parliament are reserved for STs and SCs. Okay, so why this is done? So that the people from these communities, they can also participate in the decision making process and can discuss for the welfare of their own communities. So this is done for that sake. Now these are the few women members of parliament. So in this we discussed that there is the women, they are less in the parliament. So the number of women members in the parliament, it should be increased. So the discussion is going on if it can be increased, so it will be done. I think this is all these extra questions we have discussed. You have to do all these questions in the notebook. So if you have any other question, any query, so you can ask me in the class. Have a great day.